And we are live, we are live, we are live. No
Yo,
Ian today. Um, we are already late on this episode, and then right as we're about to record the scheduled time, we find out he hasn't watched it still.
yay. Sorry.
So we were like, we kind of just have to do it. He will be back for the Cartoon Network one. You know, he's busy. There's a lot of stuff. I know what he's doing right now. Like to get he's got major life stuff happening, so it's cool. It's cool. Not gonna give him too much shit today. Other than he's a coward and he's big scared of cosmic horror and claustrophobia.
And polio.
This movie and polio.
And the
Is that what you
Polish.
thought? Is that did you also have that, Nick? Did you think this movie was going to be about polio?
The movie, yeah, I thought, you know what? I
Yeah,
played the game. Hopefully, when they make the movie, they make it about polio instead of all this water and fleshy nonsense. And
instead of
about
the
light. Why is it
game.
so light? There's no light in a polio, you know what I mean? Like,
No, no. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's get. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. So let's get recording. We're talking about Iron Lung by one Markiplier. Uh, so quick question before we go. Well, you know what? This is part of what you know beforehand. So the rising action, right? Nick, what did you know about this movie before going in, including you ever watch Markiplier?
yeah, that's definitely like the biggest factor in this because
Yeah.
I watched in general Markiplier off and on. I never watched like something completely from him.
Mm-hmm.
I think with like that specific 20 early 2010 of YouTube, I would just look at a game I want to play and then see people play it regardless of who's playing it because there
Oh,
weren't that
okay.
many people at the time.
You were yeah. You know what? Fair enough. Right. I was about to make fun of you, but like, no, you're right. There wasn't that many people
You can't do
comparatively.
anymore. No, I'm with you. Yeah, that'd be a nightmare. Like if you
Yeah.
want to just go by game and you can just watch infinite people. So I think Markiplier was always just like I'd say, yeah, just something I watch off and on. But I never like had a never watched like a full playthrough of anything. The only time, but however, the only thing I ever watched him play to completion
Mm-hmm.
was Iron Lung. Uh,
Oh,
to
okay.
full climax, to full
Yeah.
completion.
You had a really good time. No.
Yeah, there's a lot to work on after I discharged it. Yeah.
Yeah. Gee, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, it's weird when you're going for it and I'm not going for it. You know?
I'm sorry. Let's we can
No.
fix the dynamic.
No. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think maybe it's my ego, but
You-
I'm trying to
you-
play the straight man more because I know the funniest people always play the straight man or the straight person.
oh, I've done that for years on this and even the prior. So
Is that what you call it? Is that
I'm not the straight man.
no.
Oh, is Ian the straight man?
Oh shit, Ian might be. Because we come at him. No, he'll come up with goofy stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's not the straight man. Because the straight man could be goofy.
I'm pretty sure I'm the
See.
straight man. I can
All
be
right. We're
goofy.
doing this. Hey, we're talking comedy mechanics. All right, let's go. Everyone loves
Yeah.
this. How rigid is the straight man? Does the straight man have to be? Example, right?
Oh, yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna give you what I think is an exception to the rule. Broden Kelly of Auntie Donna most of the time plays a straight man
Right.
for a lot of stuff. However, he is still very silly because a lot of it he's playing an elevated version of a straight man where it's like, "Oh, I told you, kids. Oh, that stuff."
Yeah, yeah.
Where's that stuff, right?
It's a good one. Yeah.
And it's really funny and it works. But he is the straight man in those because a lot of times the other characters are even more insane, right? So I think they're so my working theory, right? Because if you had asked me in the old days, it's classic like Abbott and Costello, like who's on base, right, or stuff like you just a rigid wall, and it's a rigid wall, and the stream man is also the kindest person, the kindest, most patient person in the world. because they're still tolerating the bullshit that they're seeing, right? But I think now it's a gradient in that you can still have kind of a silly stream man. The stream man has to be the least goofiest
Mhm.
and least ridiculous person in the thing. What do you think? That's my working thing right now.
Yeah, I think the latter is definitely more relevant nowadays. Maybe because when I
Mm-hmm.
think of straight man, I think of how much Japan loves the two man comedy
Yeah.
and how like, but for them, the straight man is like super strict businessman. He is just mad
Yes.
at every goofy thing.
Kind of to be a jab at business culture like
Yeah,
going on and the bosses they all have that they hate, right?
right.
Or not necessarily hate, but definitely have to they got to be knocked down a peg or two because they're the perceived man, another comedy mechanic. You got to be punching up, so these are the people perceived to be power in their immediate life that they can immediately relate to. If it's just a CEO, those people are so far gone and up there that it's hard to relate. It's still fun to poke at them, but it's hard to get like the real specific jokes, like the really hard hitting stuff that touches upon like what's happened in your life, right?
Yeah. And actually, I think what's really funny to tie it back to the YouTuber thing, I think
Uh-huh.
out of like back then when 2010s, all these big YouTubers just collabing with each other, that
Yes.
is something I noticed for games was Markiplier would always be the straight man, but he's
Mm-hmm.
only the straight man because that's just who he is. Like when he's not, because by himself, he's the most absurd and he does like the most
Yes.
jokes per minute. But then when he's by himself, well, he's with other people, he's actually like very much the straight man, as you said, like the more positive version of like
Mm-hmm.
super patient, super like willing to like uh hear someone out regardless of the absurdity.
Mm-hmm.
Um that was one thing that always stuck out to me. So like even something down to like what we talk about later with other people that are on this movie. But there are some YouTubers where it's the opposite. Like they're straight man and then like once they
Yeah.
collab they're like the most absurd in the room.
Yeah, and I used to fall into that trap. I'm sure people can find stuff if they wanted. Where I thought I had to really play up certain things when I went there. I thought, hey, I'm on. I gotta, do the thing. Whoa, gonna yell more. Gonna do, not exactly like that, but you know what I'm saying, Nick. Right? Like
Mhm.
I would like turn stuff up a little bit. Whereas nowadays, if I collab, my goal. Oh God, this sounds like I am not. I'm not comparing myself to him. I'm taking advice from what I see, which is I try to do the Conan O'Brien and like late night hosting, which means I'm old school.
That's
In
right.
that I'm trying to make my other guests, whoever they are, look as good as possible. I
Hmm.
want to bring them on to succeed. I don't want to be. This is not the type of show where I'm trying to challenge them or anything, right? Now there is like times for that. Like there's stuff like Between Two Ferns, fucking Eric Andre, and those new shows you're showing me. That guy who I thought was had the same name as that musician that we like. Uh, fuck, I'm reading his name. And then that Vince Staples interview, right?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
it's supposed
Yeah,
to be
classic.
challenging. You're challenging the guests
Yeah.
and their reactions to comedy, right?
Yeah, true.
Uh, that's not what this type of show is. If I was doing that, I would do it. But
Yeah, because they're all doing the Tom Green. Like,
yeah, yeah, dude, so ahead of his time, so ahead. The world just wasn't ready,
no, no, because again, like you said, Late
or
Show and
Hollywood
like
wasn't ready.
celebrity,
Yeah,
Hollywood celebrityism, like was worshiping everyone all the time.
yeah,
So to have like Tom Green come in and then challenge him F with everyone nonstop.
yes,
It was a big deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big deal. I also I've heard that I know American because I think he's loved in Canada,
Mhm.
but a lot of like Hollywood and American studios didn't like him, and maybe it's that right. The worship of celebrities over here
Yeah.
as idols. I would love. I think I've seen stuff on. I got to dig more into that because I believe it. Like I believe that.
That's how we got here.
That's how we got here. All right, that's been comedy. Brought
That's
to you
funny.
by Nick and Chris. I'm sure that was
Yay.
funny and entertaining. But let's get into Iron Lung, which did by one Markiplier. But
which
that
is a
was your experience.
hilarious.
That was
Yeah.
everything you knew about, or did you play the game? Right?
For the yeah, for the game, I did play because like that was the only one where I watched the completion after I played it,
You
which is
gotta
very
stop.
what?
You gotta stop
Let me
saying it
say
like
it,
that.
Chris. After I discharged myself from the
After I was
experience,
discharged from the movie theater, I I cleaned
I had to
myself
sit
up and
down.
waddled on home.
I had no issue with it. Okay, I had no
No, I
issue
know.
walking after.
um,
That's all I knew.
that's really fuck, dude. We should both start saying like, yeah, I watched the movie to completion.
You know what's funny? I took that from someone unironically who said that to me all the time. Because I would ask him like, "Oh, did you watch this? Did you see that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I watched it to completion. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it." And I was like, "You're not interviewed, but okay."
yeah. Ah, fuck. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let's get back
What'd you
to
get?
it.
Yeah.
But that's everything you knew before going into the movie.
Just about. Other than the soundtrack, I actually really like Andrew Halshoot. So,
Oh, where do you know him from?
well, he's most known for Duke Nukem 3D
Fuck.
remake, and then
Fuck.
he did a lot of those like old 3D from that to Quake 2.
Oh,
Um,
3D the remake, not the new Duke, not remake of the new, the fucking 2013 or whatever.
it was yeah, he did that.
Oh, so
He
that's
did
how they got in touch then with David at most, or Zeminski. It must have been through New Blood.
it was New Blood, yeah, because he did Dusk in a medieval. So
Yes, but David Oshry, head of New Blood, if I remember correct, if I remember the story he told correctly on like an Instagram thing,
mm.
he was working on the remakes for and remasters of Duke Nukem. Like he was in charge of that project or something.
Oh yeah, Reloaded, yeah,
Yes, yeah, yeah. Which is I think where he may. I don't know how close. I don't know if it was right after he starts New Blood or right before. Like,
yeah.
or like
That's a good question.
if there was another thing in between. But okay, but that now I'm starting to like piece that together. This is foreshadowing for the rest of the podcast, folks. I know a lot of the video game side of the, or I know a bit about the video game side. I'm sure I'm missing like a shit ton of stuff.
Mm.
But yeah. Okay, so you're a fan of his stuff. It was in Duke Nukem 3D remake. What was the other thing you said?
Well, Dusk, a medieval,
Fuck,
and
he
then
did Dusk.
Brad Rogers, Wrath. He did a little bit of Doom Eternal. He did he did the expansion after
Oh, that's him.
all the music after in expansion.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you
that
check out.
stuff's good.
That's cool.
Um, yeah, that stuff's good. I
So
still like Mick Gordon's thing more, but those Doom Eternal tracks, like the expansion, are good.
yeah, I think him and David Levy did like a really good job for the
Yeah, and
expansion for
like
what
an
it was.
impossible task, right?
Oh my god, yeah.
Because there was no
Uh,
hope. There was no hope or chance that they would probably like as beloved as Mick Gordon is. But I
yeah.
still think they did a kick-ass job with what they were given.
No, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, props to them because like
Mm-hmm.
the big deal was like, this is his film debut, like film score debut as like
Yeah, okay.
is Iron Lung, and it's pretty wild with Fishball. Yeah, so that's all I knew in terms of going into the film, like who was on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna call him Mr. Fishbaw, not Markiplier. He is Fishbaw, Mr. Fishbaw.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So let me get into what did I know about Iron Lung beforehand. I never really watched Markiplier. I've seen clips from
Yeah,
him that was going on through the uh, Fatty, Freddy
fair
Fazbear,
enough. DBW
Freddy Fazbear, and his
Fazbear.
friends. What's it fucking called? Five Nights at Freddy's. Someone just got mad at me.
You're
Um,
30.
here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say about Five Nights at Freddy's, real quick.
Yeah.
And I think I've said this. I'm sure I said it on like some of the old streams. I think I really respected it when it came out. Surprisingly enough, because you think knowing me back then, you would think I would just go straight for hating it. No, I really respected it at the time. I thought the game loop like as much. It was the first time I saw like, oh, these jump scares are really effective in like a video game, right? Like I was used to stuff from Newgrounds and all that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, no, they really set you up, and what it like the uncomfortable situation it forces the player into, right?
Mhm.
What everything after the first Five Nights at Freddy's, I don't even know. I think I did follow lore that because that was interesting, and I was in college and I had free time. Until it didn't become like this is back when like game theory was picking up. It was becoming something I didn't like at the time.
Yes.
Um, this is also around the time of yeah, it's the real reaction. It's pure reactionary stuff, and that really turned me off from a lot of YouTubers and everything for like a while. Other than like clips I would see, I was really sticking to my guns with like the best friends, Castle Super Beast, and all that. Oh, Maximilian video games, yeah, just a bunch of other things. So Iron Lung, the video game, I believe I played it when it came out, or like a year or two after it came out,
Mm.
and it's been a long time. So I actually remembered very little other than like a lot of the main stuff. So I was gonna have a good time watching this movie, but that was the main thing. Those were all the main bits. Oh, excuse me. I really respect David Zeminski's work. I like it was Dusk and Gloomwood, right? They did? Shit, wrong thing.
Uh,
For my
he did
notes.
he did
There we go.
Dusk, and then he
Yes.
did Gloomwood. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and like he has two other brothers, John and Evan Sminsky. They did My
Nope.
Friendly Neighborhood. They've done other stuff on New Blood. I think they've also helped him out with other games. All
Hmm.
three of those guys, dude. What a good. That's a video game developing brotherhood right there. I think
They
that's
know
pretty
ball.
fucking rad. Yeah.
So,
They know ball, dude. They know how to make a fucking shooter, like a boomer shooter. Um,
mhm.
and then David Zeminski, I think if I remember, like they all do horror, but I think Zeminski goes a little bit more, leans more into the horror than the shooting aspect.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I would have to double check a lot of stuff. But anyway, really respect those guys. I love their games. I've the only one I think out of those I haven't played is My Friendly Neighborhood. I think I played the demo, but I thought it was so sick. I thought it was such a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should get back to
That's
it. I
cool.
own it. Fuck, I should just fucking play it. Yeah, that's more or less it. Other than this movie was happening, and then the movie pops off, and it makes a shit ton of money, which you can kind of predict, right? Like thinking the Markiplier fan base.
Yeah.
What surprised me the most was how consistent, like it kept making and selling weekends, even though for its low like release, like or sorry, not low, limited release, right?
Yeah. Totally.
It's getting smaller theaters, but it was still pretty wide. Like it was wide for like a small budget. Uh, it's so weird. It's so like for it's in this weird spot of like it's at AMC movie theaters and other big stuff and other big chains. Granted, they're getting the smallest theater, but they're playing consistently, and they're consistently nearly selling out like a lot of places. So no wonder it makes out of a $4 million budget made 50 million. It's fucking cool, dude. That's like really heartening for like
Yeah.
small horror movies to get off. Granted, Markiplier is one of the biggest YouTubers in the world, and what?
Mhm.
But it is like, oh man, yeah, we can. There's another way in maybe to make your giant movie vision, right? And
Yeah. Totally.
$4 million is still like that's $4 million. No individual has that, but that's a lot more viable if you get like investors and angel investors on. Anyway, that's getting to mechanics and stuff, or like the production side. But yeah, then we watched the movie. So let's get into the climax of the actual content.
Yeah.
Nick, so I would actually really like to. What'd you think? What'd you think of the movie? What do you think?
What did I think? What did
Yeah,
I think of Iron Lung with Mr. Fishbach?
yeah. Okay, for
I
real,
actually,
I would just want to get out
yeah,
of the way real quick. We talked about it a little bit off camera. Uh, there are moments where he just closes in on his face, and he looks like he's doing a face from YouTube or
yeah,
from his
yeah.
YouTube things, and you're like, I just can't unsee it, dude. Like there's that face he makes when he's like, "Oh, I don't know," and I'm like, "Oh, I've seen that in in some clip or whatever." So there is that, right? And that's just what it's gonna be for doing being in YouTube for so long that it's just gonna happen where it takes you out of the movie a little bit, right?
True, yeah. That's like if you saw Chris in the next Fast and Furious,
Yeah, and
and
you
then
saw
he
this
does.
face.
You saw that,
Yeah,
and you're like, "Well, now my immersion is broken 2 hours into the movie." Sorry.
or if I did this,
Uh, oh, right as Vin Diesel kisses The Rock.
yeah,
Really,
yeah.
guys, here. But yeah, what did I get out of it?
Yeah,
I actually
not
really
what you
liked
got
it.
out of it. We're not there yet, but like, what are some things you thought about the movie? Should we
What
talk
I
about the
think,
pacing or like what do you?
well, I can for me, like
Mhm.
the general feeling after was I was really impressed because it was
Yeah,
really good. I actually really liked it.
that was really good.
It was actually kind of refreshing to have a movie like this for horror. There were a lot of comparisons. I mean, across the official critiques of Skinamarink, but I think it's not. I think it's just like
Yeah, I don't think
it's just closer
Iron Lung's
to.
good. I don't think it's a master class in editing and mood, right? As Skinamarink
Yeah,
is, it's
no, totally
really
like.
good at the atmosphere and everything. Skinamarink, I don't know, dude. Skinamarink's like the new standard for me, or not the new standard, the new bar, right? The highest bar
Yeah,
of just like I don't know anything that comes close to such a mastery of it, right?
that's the most scared I ever was in my life. I don't know what else to
Yeah,
tell you.
I've heard Sorcerer is like that. I don't know if you ever heard of that movie, but it's on my list to watch.
No.
Okay, it's a movie. Maybe we'll watch it one day. It's very long apparently, but it's a famous movie about a military truck crossing a bridge. Oh, okay. You remember the Mr. Plow episode?
No, really?
So that part where he's crossing the bridge and he goes, "Duh, duh, 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 duh." That's
That's
from
from.
Sorcerer.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's Tangerine Dream does the soundtrack for this military movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am genuinely shooken. I am shooketh. My camera's not on, audio listeners, but
Yeah.
my faith. I got more scared from that information than Iron Lung. So you know what? Iron Lung, good, just good. That was pretty good. It's just good.
Ireland's good. Ireland is good. But you
It's
know what?
good, yeah,
Let's get into the atmosphere of it because I think
yeah,
so much
totally.
of the first like two acts, right,
Mhm.
are are doing atmosphere really well. It feels claustrophobic. There's a lot of tight shots at the beginning on just everything. You're getting and it's showing you a lot of the important aspects of the submarine, like how the controls work, how what lights are going to be going off to tell you what they're telling you, right? And that the character's learning at the same time. The speaker, and then the dark like back of the ship, right where the X-rays
Yeah,
at, and shows you how small, but it installs this claustrophobic feeling that the character's feeling as well, right? That Markiplier's feeling. In this, like, it's done really well. I think I described it to you. A lot of this movie shape, like in or kind of pacing shape. I don't know how to describe it, but the way it like takes you on this anxious ride, right? That's a slow realization. Well, it's
yeah,
not. Okay. Either way, it's like a exponential line where it just shoots up in the which is the fish biting, which is very like classic horror pacing. That and a lot of horror movies are doing that now, and it's effective. But I think there's also these dips and these hills and valleys where it's like, oh, there's a little bit of hope. There's a little bit of hope. Oh, we immediately crash it. But wait, that's where the real hope comes in, right? Like I'm thinking, him. Oh, there's hope. I'm gonna map out this cave. This where the fish is dwelling, and then finding out it's a big circle. Oh, we're back in despair, the Valley of Despair. Oh, but wait, now we have radio signal, or we found a ship. Oh, dude, hope, and now the ship is like the key for him getting out. So there's stuff like that throughout the movie, right?
yeah.
I think the pacing is really fucking good in this.
Yeah.
I think it's really well done. I don't think because I think there were complaints, right? You were telling me that was slow. I was like,
Yeah,
nah, dude. I think it builds up so well. There's constantly something happening.
yeah, my thought to that is get off your phone and actually pay attention.
Oh yeah, old man. Yeah, fucking
All
get
you
out
had
of
was
here.
flashing lights, and then once something actually takes its time, all of a sudden,
Yeah, I don't
it's a
even
phone.
think it's like taking that long. I've seen way slower
Oh,
things.
I agree. Yeah,
That
I've seen trash. Yeah,
yeah,
this is
there's
good.
information in every little thing he does. It feels
Yeah,
very like, hey, it feels very it's both a nice slow pacing, but it feels what's it called economic. I don't want to not economic, but like it's very careful with
yeah,
each action, right? Which it should be.
mm,
It's a piece of art. Like you want to be real careful with each thing that you're showing them, or like a visual medium.
yeah,
Um, fuck. I think no. I think that's really good. And when the horror hits, it hits. Granted, we'll get into what I got of it because mine's going to be a little bit the personal connection I had with the movie, right?
okay, yeah.
But are there any scenes in particular you would want to discuss?
Well, I did mention it like where there's like when I played the game, there
Mm-hmm.
was stuff that stuck out to me, and I do a thing where back then I would, if I really like a game, I would watch other people play because I want to see their reaction to it. So it's like I'm curious
Yeah.
of what they think of it.
No, I
So
was
I've
in that same boat
watched,
too. It's super best friends and everything, right? So
yeah. So like Iron Lung was one because I was curious about how people were going to react to the the flooding and the
uh-huh.
flesh wall and the funky
Yeah,
fleshy
really
walls.
cool.
Um, so I think this movie does an interpretation that I really appreciate. I thought it was really cool. I
Mm-hmm.
thought, yeah, the imagery was really good. Man, I see that in like the radio, like when they
Yeah,
start
dude.
bringing up about the light beneath the ocean,
So
like
good.
um, that was
Just that
such
part
a cool
where
payoff.
yeah, just that part where it's like, okay, so what is him hallucinating? What isn't? Um and like the voices are probably always a hallucination, but they're coming from somewhere too, right? Because so much of it's so weird and out there.
Mhm.
But it's also like, head injury, fucking he's going through the bends, right?
Yeah,
Where the carbon dioxide level in his blood is becoming too high. So there's signs of that. There are these things that aren't explicitly said, but if you know like medical stuff is there, like I said, he's going through the bends. The blood being red already means it's oxygenated,
yeah.
right? Because blood is actually naturally blue without oxygen.
Mm.
Veins are blue, so if you ever see like in your arm, like there's blue line. That's the vein going to your heart because it's trying to get back oxygen. If I remember my shit right, capillaries are the ones that are red carrying oxygen, but that also means there's oxygen in this ocean, so things can live in theory, and it can be running off oxygen, which is the fishes, big giant fishies, and that it's still moving, that it can coagulate, right?
Yeah, no,
This is
absolutely.
that, and the growing veins and all that. Now we're in full blown already being on a planet filled with blood. This is already cosmic horror.
Yeah.
And oh man, okay, Nick, real quick. How many times did you just have the Blood Ocean episode of Metalocalypse playing in your head?
Oh, I think like once every few minutes.
They
I
say
think
Blood Ocean like a couple
in my
times,
head.
and
Yeah.
all I can hear is Blood Ocean, Blood Ocean.
Especially towards the end. I was waiting for like when they get to the SM8, like
Yeah,
and then like inside of it is a boat and it's a skeleton of Nathan on the boat on the
it's
dinghy.
like that Asgard boat that fucking Swiss Guard's piloting
Oh
in the
yeah.
thing.
And Murderface in the fucking police outfit.
I know who you are.
Yeah. Ah. Hell yeah.
I just so I watched this.
Again.
I watched this with our sister, but like, um, and I was making references to it. She's never fucking watched Metalocalypse, even though she knows how fucking important it is to me. But whatever. She's
Yeah.
never watched it, and I would just go, blood, blood ocean. How many drops are in this ocean of blood? Let's see. If you take a cubic foot and weigh it, you know the weight of water is already. And just doing that, we count the little drops in each. We can guesstimate what the blood amount of blood in blood ocean is.
Oh man.
So part of me's like, I wonder when
Okay.
David Zeminski made Iron Lung, if he watched that episode about Legolas.
Yeah.
Um, but we'll see. Anyway, we're back to the thing of like, yeah, the 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 cool visuals of the capillaries and veins taking over the ship. You're getting allusions to those images too, with the way the wires are shot and kind of crossed across
Yeah.
in the submarine. There's so many cool, and they bring up some. They keep a lot of the cool imagery and the more cosmic horror imagery from the game. I'm thinking specifically of the X-ray shot of that's Jacksepticeye, right? Like piloting the thing, or like welding.
Yes, that's Jack.
Dude, it's so fucking brutal. That is so fucking brutal. Also,
Insane.
I think it's fucking crazy still that she never told him what that thing was, that the X-ray. Even though
I
it's
agree.
obvious it's an X-ray, but that's not safe. So, but I think a lot of that accident is on her. But whatever.
Hmm.
Whatever. We forgive it for that really cool moment, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, and just yeah, the images of the fish and like how empty the ocean floor is, or like it's more of a coagulated zone, so it's closer to oh, 1 second. Oh, never mind, we're fine. How like the coagulated zone's working, the capillaries are coming in, and just that crushing force. What are some cool? What other scenes? Sorry, I got a little distracted. What other scenes would you want to talk about before I get into
Hmm.
what I think the movie's getting?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no, I mean those are also definitely things
Mhm.
I again my favorite part of the movie and favorite part of the game
Yeah.
was mainly that. The second favorite is gonna be what we talk about at the end. But that was interesting. Um, but yeah, I think for the cameras, yeah, I thought it was I'm kind of with you. Like I think the way I thought it was kind of funny where like yeah, she didn't just tell him. That was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So then when the whole thing is about Simon actually getting to
Hmm.
the wreck submarine.
Yeah.
Um, and as I said before, the voice through the radio, the hallucination. Um,
Hmm.
I thought it was really cool. I thought that was also cool. Like you got the back and forth of like him being told to preserve that data, and then the voice telling him to like destroy it, so
Hmm.
no one knows about the light. You know what's funny? That actually reminded me. I think that back and forth reminded me of like Armor Core a bit, and
Oh,
it doesn't
okay.
help that her name's also Ava. So it's
Okay.
like
Oh yeah, you told me about this bit too. Yeah.
so when
Sorry,
I
go
first
on.
played. No, I was saying yeah. When I played Armor Core, I was thinking a bit like they're not taking this from again Iron Lung, are they? Like, am I going crazy? Like,
it's not. It's not impossible to think of because Miyazaki does read a lot of fiction and loves horror
yeah,
stuff and fantasy, and a lot of like, and just take stuff. And granted, they're through his own lens, but like, yeah, he takes shit all the time, right?
yeah.
My only thing is there's also a good chance this is also harkening to something else, like maybe a Clive Barker story, or like I
Mm.
mean, the light being the sense of this giant light being the sense of like a salvation and all that is not new. That goes It goes all the way to like Dante's Inferno and shit, and like what Paradiso is, but whatever. That would be cool if Miyazaki took it from it. But let's get into one question here that I had. Do you think he killed everyone on that space station, or do you think they're just blaming him?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, man,
Because he
because like
really sticks to it till the end.
that's true. Um,
Now, granted, I don't think it matters too much.
yeah, yeah, for sure. But
Um,
it's
and
yeah, it's interesting.
but it's an interesting idea. Well, but they put it in. They keep putting it in and referencing it. I don't think he did it. I think they really are scapegoating, and it's to play off the
Yeah.
the the survivalist mentality everyone has in this dire situation where there's not that many humans. We're all on ships in the vast reaches of space. We're just trying to find somewhere to be habitable.
Mhm.
Um, and create, and we're willing to do, as they put it, calculated risk. But you're still throwing lives into the machine, in a sense, which becomes the like the argument there, which I'll get to real in a minute. But but it's also a constant state of everyone's fucking scared, so you're willing to blame people for stuff. Um, Now maybe it was like maybe he did it through inaction or didn't stop them. Maybe that is it, right? Like he didn't throw his life to away to stop to save the rest. Oh, maybe that's what. Yeah, and maybe and him not throwing his life away to save the rest of them was the thing. I'm not sure if I would have to rewatch it and check every line and scene with that. But what do you think? Did he do it?
I mean, after all that, I mean, probably knew it. No, I don't think he did. I'm with you. I think
Yeah,
like they were. I think it would make. I think it would be weird because then it's like it's a horror thing of like, well, if it's straightforward like that, that's kind of a cop out because
yeah,
then it's like it wouldn't really make sense to like actually do it, even though his whole thing is like he's trying to
yeah.
have some semblance.
He wants to live. He doesn't want to. He wants to live. He doesn't want to survive. Right.
Yeah, so it wouldn't make
If
sense for them to
which
kill you.
yeah, which is very much mentality I'm familiar with. Yeah, we're it's cool we can keep surviving and all that, but we're not living and all that. We're
Yeah,
not value and us not valuing life is helping us to speed up our own demise. Is kind of what he's arguing. Granted, in very different ways. Whereas the other argument, and it's a really it's I don't think either side is necessarily wrong in that dire of a situation, right? Because because Simon is thinking like a little bit, is thinking way more into the future and like and that, but you can totally see whereas no, we need to do whatever we fucking can, man, whatever we can to make sure the human race survives, and that's bigger than us, and that's kind of the way the choice Simon makes, right? Like where he
yeah,
saves the box at the end, that it's bigger than him. He doesn't need to show the light, which is probably false and all that. But he doesn't need to see the light, whatever like form of salvation there is, right?
yeah,
For the people he knows, which I still think. But anyway, can I get into what I think the movie's getting at here?
yeah. Might as well. We're already here.
All right. So Nick, you know me for a long time. Um, you know I'm an avid existentialist.
Yeah,
Now the thing about existentialism, folks, I'm not an expert in the philosophical field. A lot of it's just my own. Well, I have read a lot of stuff. I read Nietzsche. I've read who is it? Kierkegaard. Fucking all these like the authors you would know from like high school and college if you ever did philosophy stuff. But one of the things about that is a lot of the times I found for people kind of go into existentialism, including me, is you fall into that nihilistic trap of, yeah, this shit really doesn't fucking matter. And when that happens, there's this, especially if you grew up in in faith, right? Where yeah, humans are kind of special and created in the image of God and all that. There's this feeling of soul crushing, of just this I feel like it's very much felt in the summary where it's just crushing the space. This everything kind of feels like it's closing in because it's this immense weight of everything else being way more out there. The horrors of it, space. They keep bringing up like that fact of yeah, all the stars you see, which is real by the way. All the stars you see are dead because of the time it takes for it to reach you. So we don't actually know. I mean, now we know with like powerful telescopes that yeah, there's stuff we can there that's currently like alive and all that.
Yeah.
But there was a time where it's like you know by the time it reaches you, that star died. That's all dead. You're seeing the last of everything, right?
Yeah.
Um, and it's that of like yeah, the heat death of the universe. Just how much like oh, it's already over, and we're just spinning our wheels. And it's that we gotta keep we're surviving to keep the humans survive, but like we're eventually hitting a wall, and that's kind of what that's represented in the movie, where there's this low level thing of this realization of you know how this movie ends. He's not going to make it out. He will die on the submarine. He's not getting out. They welded it shut. There's blood everywhere, and to what people that fucking hate him, that want to see him dead, like there's no hope there. And Simon goes on his own little journey of finding his own purpose to be alive. And it starts off with first wanting to live and then also making the decision of no, I'm making my own choice of I am going to help my fellow humans survive. I'm not going to listen to his voice in my head, right? That's telling me to give in and give up. And it's very much like reflected in what a lot of anxiety, a lot of just the horror of existentialism, right? Just how insignificant you are. But
Mm.
maybe instead of surviving and being alive just to be or being alive to be alive, you want to live. You want to experience life. You want to create something better for the next generation as well. Like hopefully they can enjoy a little bit more than what you did out of life.
Yeah.
It's so that's kind of what I'm getting. I wish I were coming out later today. I'm sure I could have written a better, more cohesive thing on this. But that's what I'm feeling from it, right? This appreciation of light. There's shots of him looking at the tree, the last tree, and how much that sticks in his mind. He says after reading that one envelope in the back, that's like
Yeah.
you might as well give up now. Like, no, I want to live. Um, and just his will to keep going, right? And it's that like
Yeah.
defying the crushing force of in that small submarine that is your life of and this constant thing of everything trying to get in and kill you, or to that constant anxiety of existentialism that comes with it. Now, having said all that, why would I choose existentialism? Because I actually, if I really think about it deep down, it's the thing that keeps me going in my darkest moments. Is like I actually really do like being alive. I like hanging out with friends and all that, and that's the whole thing. I can get into some with a therapist or something, but not here. But that's the whole thing. But that's where I think they're drawing a lot of the horror from, and
Yeah. Of course.
it's brought out through this great vehicle of cosmic horror with the fish, the giant sea creatures, again reflective of like ocean was the first big frontier. And if you ever swam in the ocean, just how insignificant you feel, and all the monsters that probably lie beneath, right? That can kill you at any moment. Probably no surprise that I fucking love the water, and I was gonna become a marine biologist at some point. But like, and then just it being human blood, which is really metal. But like, it's that reminder that you are human, that you're just a flesh bag, right? Being pumped through with all this liquid, going and being piloted by electric chemistry and all that.
Yeah. So yeah.
But like, so much of that is brought into, I believe.
Hmm.
And granted, I do think like the mess what he comes to is that no, I make he becomes self actualized even in the darkest depths, and chooses to do something heroic, and maybe he'll just help us just a little, no matter how dire the situation is, no matter how fucked. Like maybe it is already over, but you still try to make it a little bit better for the next generation and yourself. You know?
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, and funny enough, like, and this actually gets to my second favorite thing about the
Mm-hmm.
game, and was kind of hinted at in the movie at the end, but there obviously wouldn't be really a way to get the post game text.
Yeah.
Um, so like again, this can even harken back to like how the letter in the beginning summarizes the whole movie
Mm-hmm.
of what you mentioned of like uh if there is still hope, yeah, quote, if there is still hope, it lies beyond the veil. Hope in this void is an illusionary as the starlight. I will choose to breathe my last here at the bottom of an ocean, unseen, unheard, and uncontrolled. They will get their execution. I will get my freedom.
Yeah.
Um, there's a post game text where it's like, um, it just tells you like that there was no method of retrieving the remains. Like there's
Of
no
course
possible
not.
way.
Yeah.
And then like their mission was in vain. However, like it does call back the letter where it's like we're still fine. There's still a solution out there somewhere in
Yeah.
the universe for us. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I think that stuck with me back then because I was like, I mean, you could go into like what this game nailed and like even what Markiplier pulled from it of
Mm-hmm.
like, um, yeah, like if because you have the existentialism of that, and then it's like at some point you can come to a conclusion of like, I mean, just as simple as like, I yeah, the things you love and appreciate like
Mm-hmm.
are worth fighting for, and those memories did happen of
Yeah.
those good times, and they were with people, not with uh whatever the universe has to offer.
Yeah. It's
Um,
also that thing of like, if the universe isn't going to give you value, you're going to give yourself value, right? Like,
yeah,
you're going to give
mm,
yourself that kind of thing. That, yeah, again, we can get into all the more positive things that come from it.
yeah,
But again,
but
that's a therapy session waiting to happen,
well,
and we just don't have to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, in time. I mean, like that, but I
Yeah.
just appreciated like both the game
Yeah.
pulling
100%.
that, and then Markiplier clearly took from that,
The same
but in a more
thing.
subtle way at the
Yeah.
end with it floating. Um, and I definitely appreciated that. I think like
100%.
that's something where, well, we could get into what we got out of it now.
Yeah.
Of like, I got out of it. I think I got out of it appreciation
Mm-hmm.
of seeing someone who understood the source material at its core rather than
Yeah.
exploiting or like
Cool
pulling
visuals.
from the
Cool
surface
idea.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is most adaptations. So like to have, and this can only happen, like you said, it can only happen independently and like
Mm-hmm.
someone writing, directing, producing, distributing himself, like
Yeah.
has had everything. So it's like edited too. Jesus Christ, like he is.
He used his clout, his money from it to make a really cool piece of art that
It's
gets at
great.
something very human and is an adaptation of something that also gets at something very human. Both were low budget projects in their respective fields, or comparatively in their respective fields that they're low budget. Um, shoot, someone's calling me. I'm gonna ignore that for a little bit. In their respective fields that like that touch upon a great human truth, right? Like and all that. These are
Yeah,
real pieces of art, and they're using their mediums to do that. Yeah, and you're right. I'm glad like Markiplier saw the beauty in that game, right? And the beauty that a lot of the times horror can touch upon. No, it's
yeah.
really cool. I really appreciate this movie. Yeah. So in terms
So
of what we got out of it for Falling Action, that's more or less what I did, right? Like,
yeah,
it's
no, I get it, and like I'm with you. Like I think, and that's what's probably what its strongest point of both the film and the story itself is like
mhm,
it does such a cool way of like taking you through like pretty much um yeah, that whole depth. I mean literally a depth
mhm.
of existentialism of like just this relentless helplessness of like all these things beyond ourselves, and it's like
Yeah.
despite all that, like you still have the choice you can make for yourself that to in some way yeah uh
Yeah. To keep going.
enact a better
Yes.
way.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like enact a better like enact a better outcome somehow to some
Yeah.
degree. um
Yes.
it's cool. It's
Yeah.
really
No,
cool.
it's really cool. Anyway, this movie's good. Go watch this
It's
movie.
good.
If you listen to all this and you haven't seen it, go watch it. The visuals, like, I know we spoiled a lot of stuff, but I mean, one, you're listening to this, but two,
Yeah.
the visuals are like amazing. We haven't even talked about how like well shot and music and like composed it is in the atmosphere, and like how well the atmosphere is crafted, right? Like on a mechanical and technical level. Um, yeah, man, this movie's really, really fucking good. It's a solid start to the year for me. Granted, I haven't seen No Other Choice yet for Park Chan Wook, which I heard is also the current like
Banger.
banger start to the year. But
Yeah.
I will hopefully get to that.
Hmm.
Let's get into the denouement then. Having said all this, Nick, what would you recommend? What would you recommend to our audience?
And that is something I was thinking about for a while because this is such a specific uh situation for media.
Yeah.
um because for me, like, it's tough because the one thing I would recommend is a bit old, and we did talk about it, but to align with a successful first movie for a YouTuber,
Yes.
uh, Talk to Me
Oh, okay.
is
Yeah.
a
It's great.
great follow up to go to appreciation for independent film.
Yes. Yeah, it's fantastic. That movie's fantastic. And their
I
follow. I mean,
fucking
we
love it.
talked about their follow up on here, and they're oh fuck, dude,
Oh, that stuck with me.
they get horror.
Christ.
Cool, cool, good. I mean, the obvious one for me is to uh play Iron Lung, play anything by those guys, Zeminski and all that. But if
Pony
I had to
Express.
do, sorry,
I was saying the Pony Express.
yeah, you know, I never actually played Pony Express. I should probably do that. I know about that. I would say go for a swim in the ocean safely, of course. Know what you're doing,
It's
and
ruining it.
just feel that smallness, that emptiness, and maybe it'll hit you. Maybe you'll get it safely and with due recourse. And if you can't swim, obviously you don't swim. I'm not telling you like I like swimming in it. Whatever, it's fine. Be responsible, right? Right. Anyway,
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Be
you're an adult.
responsible.
Your choices. Be responsible if you ever go swim in the ocean. It's nice when it happens. Or you know what? If you don't want to go in the water, go to the beach like at night. You just take a view out into the ocean safely, of course.
That's
Tell someone
crazy.
who you know and all that. Do I have to do all the safety precautions now? Let's just.
You'd be surprised. You'd be
No.
very surprised, Chris. Do
Uh,
not eat that silica gel. Do not go into the ocean
yeah.
and try to swallow a silica gel. Do not do that.
Um, and then just go look up deep sea creatures. They're wild. Those would
Google it.
maybe want to become a marine biologist. But
Yeah.
anyway, I think that's a good episode. It's a good. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, no.
I was gonna
Stop
say
me.
that's good. It's a good place to stop. I think. Right. Right.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think we did it to full completion.
yeah. Well, I can't top that. All right, I'm stopping recording.
So,
Bye.
see, God, Ian, show up.
I know. Fuck.